underway. She hands over to Katja Haller, who's not having a bad week at all. Then Rezlerova for the Czech Republic. We've got Grzybek for Poland also on that first line. 20 teams in all, and we'll be going off very, very shortly. So away we go with the 7th race of the Biathlon World Championships for 2009. Pyeong Chang in Korea, the host city for these events. And this is, for many of the fans, one of the favourites. The mixed relay, 2 women, 2 men, and Germany, the defending champions. Russia yet to get themselves a gold in these championships. They have put out an immensely strong team, and despite the fact that they've had 3 disqualified from racing, they still have the strongest team on paper, with their rankings in the World Cup standings 5th, 10th, 8th and 3rd. No other team can match that. But I think Germany will fancy their chances. They've got Mickey Grice on the anchor leg, which he's so experienced at. They've got Andrea Henkel leading the way, multiple champion Andrea Henkel, but she's not had a medal so far. 6th in the sprint, disqualified, as you'll know, from the pursuit for an error in training with the rifle where she had negligent discharge, and then Henkel finishing 10th yesterday in the women's individual. She'll be hungry for gold. There she is, settling in 2nd place. No surprise to see Svetlana Slepceva 5th in the Women's World Cup rankings, leading the way, but her form has been poor. She hasn't coped well with the wind conditions here in Pyeong Chang. 36th and 28th, her 2 results in the sprint and the pursuit, well below par for someone in the top 5 of the world rankings. Jonsson of Sweden settles into 3rd. Tora Berger, you can't miss her, in 4th in the red suit of Norway. The style, the technique, so distinct. So much in contrast to her brother, who takes leg 3. Both Bergers have medalled at these championships now. Tora Berger getting Norway's only medal in the women's events. They've pretty much cleaned up in the men's. Norway with 3 golds, all going to Bjorndalen, of course, in the men's events. Quite an extraordinary individual race. He missed 3 and still came through to take the win. And a little bit of luck with the starting position, but Bjorndalen was quite happy to admit that it was his skis that played the major role in that. Had them beautifully prepared, and over the last 2 loops he managed to take a minute off Christoph Steffen, which meant that he finished 14 seconds ahead of Steffen, despite the fact that he had an extra 2 minutes added to his time, with 3 misses in total. Of course, Croatia have medalled with Jakov Fak. So the young Croatian will get a start in the mass start on the men's side of things. Well, the history of the mixed pursuit, the mixed relay, I should say, you'll know that it took place in Östersund last year. Germany, Belarus, Russia, the top 3 positions. In Antolz in 2007, the first time that it was included in the World Championship program. Sweden, France, Norway, the top 3 teams. What a day that was for Sweden. They are desperate to regain that title. They put out their strongest team. Not only that, they rested Carl-Johan Bergman from the individual to make sure that he was on form. And of course, with Jonsson and Olofsson taking the first 2 legs, they are in a very, very strong position. Incidentally, Olofsson had the quickest time in yesterday's race. Her shooting let her down slightly, but had she gone clear, or had she shot the same as Kadi Wilhelm, then Olofsson would have come home with the title. Just looking at her finishing time, she finished 4th, of course, just 12 seconds outside a medal, but she had 2 penalties compared to Kadi Wilhelm's 1, and she would have beaten Wilhelm by some 2.5 seconds if that's the way it turned out. And starting behind Wilhelm, I think we would have seen Olofsson ski herself into gold medal if she'd hit just 1 more target. For the first shoot, and the leaders safely round what has been a pretty treacherous corner. Just got a glimpse of the ski testing area in the background with so little natural snow, or no natural snow. It's pretty awkward to provide all the facilities, but they have to have a substantial ski testing area because that plays such a key role. Henkel still keeping the pace going. Slepsova in second for Russia. Jonsson for Sweden. Berger for Norway is up there as well. And they will take the lane that corresponds to their bib number for the first shoot. And nice to hear some cowbells. For the first time, the crowd are starting to get behind the event. It's been eerily quiet throughout most of the individual races, but the crowd enjoying this one. Now, the other thing that's missing is we haven't heard any cheering with the shooting. So, Germany lane 1, Norway 2, Sweden 3, France 4. In lane 5 it's Ukraine, 6 is Belarus, Russia in lane 7, and 8 is Italy. Germany first to strike. Jonsson taking the middle target first, taking her time as well, just making sure. 5 out of 5 for Germany, no spare rounds required. Surely Jonsson will get them down. Yes, she does. Berger gets them down. France get them down. Sweden are clear as well. One mistake for Ukraine, but they get that at the first time of asking with the spare ammunition. The Czech Republic get theirs down eventually, and looking for who else has gone 5 with 5. Belarus 5 with 5. That will put them up into the top 7 positions, and they leave pretty much as they came in. It's Henkel who leads, Jonsson in second. Good shooting from Michaela Ponza of Italy to put them into third, and Tora Berger fourth place. No damage done at the moment. So often the Norwegians find themselves not just trailing but way off the pace after leg number 1. They put Berger in to hold the ship together, and she's done a good job so far. She leaves just 4 or 5 seconds off the pace of Andrea Henkel of Germany. Have a look at the fall of shot. Low left, that was slightly left, but a little bit higher for Henkel. Right over on the right-hand side. Not exactly perfect grouping. A split round to finish. Welcome back to the World Championship Biathlon event here in Pyeong Chang. You've missed not too much. The first shoot of the mixed relay has been completed, and as you can see, there's not a lot between the leaders. Germany leading the way with Andrea Henkel, the defending champions. They won it last year using 6 spare rounds. They haven't used any on the first shoot, but Neuner was very much the key for them. So Henkel, Neuner. Arndt Pfeiffer, who we first were introduced to back in Oberhof earlier this year, a youngster coming up through the rankings, and he's proved himself to be a very, very strong relay contender. He takes leg 3, and Mickey Grice, who brought Germany home to victory in Östersund last year, he gets the anchor leg again. A 3 times Olympic gold medalist. That sounds good. His results here don't sound so good. 7th, 13th, 19th. They're going the wrong way for Mickey Grice. Can he turn it around today and bring Germany home to success? I think Magdalena Neuner might be the key again, but she is not on her very best form. She knows that. The rest of the athletes know that, and so I don't think she intimidates them like she did last year. Henkel looking a little bit better. Jonsson's got herself up there once again. Michaela Ponza going very well for Italy in second place. Tora Berger in third. Jonsson in 4. France hanging in there. Good effort from Marie-Laure Brunet, the youngster. She's only 20, from Antignac, and I think she's going to be a really big star in the future. At 20, she's got another 3 or 4 years before she can hope to be anywhere near her best, and already she started producing top 10 results in the World Cup, so she's got a big, big future ahead of her. Sylvie Bécard taking leg 2. No Sandrine Bailly, no Martin Fourcade in the French team. That's not a sign that France aren't taking this seriously. It's a sign that Bailly is tired and well below her very best, and Martin Fourcade being rested for later on in the week. He's had a tough program already. He's the younger of the 2 brothers. Simon is in, who's the best of the Frenchmen on the World Cup Tour this year. Henkel safely round. She's opened up a little bit of a gap, and that's coming really because Michaela Ponza unable to stay with her. Tora Berger deciding that she needs to do something, putting in quite a lot of speed on the approach. Could be dangerous. Second shoot. Their job is almost done. 2 kilometre loop each time. And I know a few of you wanting to follow the British performances, but I can tell you there is no British team in the mixed relay, and I've been trying to get hold of the British team in Korea, have failed to do so this morning to get an explanation. I've spoken to Bob Anderson, who's one of the suppliers for the British team, and he tells me that it's likely to be because of the fact that they want to pick up Nations Cup points in the specialist relays, the men and the women's relays, and therefore want to save their efforts for that. I have to admit I'm very disappointed with that, and with the results they've had so far, I think they could do with getting into the mix in the mixed relay. But if I do hear anything later on today, I'll let you know when we're back on air on Saturday. So Henkel first to strike, as she was in the prone. Ooh, there's the first mistake. So she's thrown away 10 seconds. An opportunity for Sweden. Watch Jonsson's target. She hasn't missed a standing target so far at these championships. 25 out of 25. Will she make it 30 out of 30? Of course she will. Tora Berger clears 5 as well. And Henkel is in a little bit of trouble. Things not going the Germans' way at the moment. Ponza misses 1. Still has to get it down, but she's got 3 spares to do it. She gets it at the first time of asking. Slovakia, with 1 target still remaining, will get themselves into the top 6 if it goes down. They've done that. Good effort from them. And the Italians losing a little bit of time. Berger it is who leads the way out. Mäkkäräinen of Finland's come out of nowhere to claim second place, and she's just 1.1 behind. Jonsson now needs to turn up the screws, because if Sweden want the lead, they've got to get as far clear of Germany as they can, and Russia, of course, on this first leg. No sign of the Russians as yet. They were way off the pace. They missed 2 on the first shoot with Sleptsova, and we'll just pick up on their position in a moment. Tora Berger's getting better and better. Remember, she took a medal, the silver, in the mass start in Östersund last year, and I have a sneaky feeling that Berger is going to do well in that event again over the weekend. Pure concentration. Great rivalry between herself and her brother Lars, who incidentally takes leg number 3 for Norway. Slightly surprised at that selection. The Norwegians have so much